He's someone whose flirtation with electoral politics continues even today, but this time Rajinikanth seems to have given the strongest ever indication of his political leanings while speaking about the Mahagathbandhan. In fact, addressing the media outside the Chennai Airport today, Rajinikanth mused about whether the BJP is being made out as a villain by the entire opposition. He also seemed to suggest that the Grand Alliance of Mahagathbandhan uniting against Modi may be a dangerous trend.
Shooting now
All right, joining us now in the People's Court is N. Uma Shankar, supporter of Rajinikanth. We have retired Wing Commander GB Attri, spokesperson of the Congress, and Vivek Reddy of the BJP also joins me. In fact, let me ask you first, Mr. Uma Shankar, is this a clear signal from Mr. Rajinikanth that a Mahagathbandhan is not an idea that the country, and for sure he, is ready for?
It doesn't lead to such conclusions. The question does not direct him to such an answer at all. The question that was put was whether BJP is such a dangerous party that all the other opposition parties are uniting to oppose it. That's the question. So to which he answers, they are all thinking so. If they think so, it must be so. Is that not correct? He puts a question, it's a counter question. He doesn't even give any conclusion. In fact, Rajini's this statement is, you are showing some runner, saffron color.
Yeah.
It shows not just one color, it shows 7 colors. If you think that there is red, you can see red in it. It is like the rainbow. You through the prismatic effect.
With respect, Mr. Uma Shankar, there is only 2 ways you can interpret that comment. Either he is saying the BJP is a dangerous party, or he is saying the Mahagathbandhan is dangerous, the Mahagathbandhan ganging up against Mr. Modi is dangerous. So which one is it? Because for far too long, Mr. Rajinikanth has tried to play this balancing act.
Yes, he plays the balancing act perfectly, because it is not time for him to reveal what he has in mind with regard to alliance.
Really?
He will not reveal it until the elections come. He will not reveal any alliance issue until the elections come. But on the first day, he has very clearly said his mind, I will contest all the 234 seats. He has not said that he will have an alliance at all. That's where it stands. Thereafter, whatever is being said, if we want to draw any kind of conclusion, we can draw according to our own desire, our own satisfaction.
Okay, your own desire. So what is your desire and conclusion, Vivek Reddy? Because to get a thumbs up or a thumbs down from Thalaiva is going to be huge.
No.
Vivek Reddy.
Yes, definitely.
He says,
yes,
that
Padmaja.
is my desire, that's all.
Vivek Reddy.
Yeah, Padmaja, I think
whatever he says is my desire.
I think when the Thalaiva says, he really says, one, he really portrays the mood of India. This is one. Second is, Thalaiva's individual opinion also has lots of impact in India, having regard to his huge celebrity status and the sort of traction he has gained with the people of India. But so long as Thalaiva is speaking the truth, Mr. Rajinikanth is speaking the truth, I think there should be no dispute about it, because what Mr. Rajinikanth is saying is, having regard to the history of Mahagathbandhans in India, number one,
right,
where VP Singh government, Moraji Desai government, the government of Deve Gowda and Indra Kumar Gujral fell within about 1.5 years. Therefore, it will not give any stability to this nation.
So you are basically saying that your interpretation is he's saying Mahagathbandhan is doomed for failure. That is your interpretation.
Absolutely. And the reason why, perhaps the chief reason why he brings it out and says in such emphatic terms is Because Mahagathbandhan, which you see now today, Padmaja, which we all see today, is nothing but an alliance stitched together of various familial interests coming together. The familial interests of Karnataka, where there is one political party portraying belonging to one family, of Maharashtra belonging to one family, of various other places belonging, of UP belonging to one family, of Lallu belonging to one family. You know, ultimately, India will suffer.
Wing Commander
if you have these familial interests as part of the agenda. So that should be kept away. And Mahagathbandhan is nothing but alternative to this familial interest being pushed forward.
Wing Commander Atri, is this the ultimate snub? The ultimate negation of the Mahagathbandhan coming as it does from the Rajinikanth? According to Vivek
No. Rajinikanth has just spoken out of tune at all. First of all, there is nothing called spiritual politics. Politics, once you join politics, there is nothing spirituality. Who is spiritual? Who is away from everything? Let us get that point very, very right. Secondly, I think Rajinikanth is damn scared of Mr. Subramaniam Swamy. If you remember, when Rajinikanth first announced that he is going to come into politics, Subramaniam Swamy, MP of Bharatiya Jumla Party, came on air and told openly that I have got so many things against Mr. Rajinikanth. When the time comes, I will show it. What is all these things happening? It is kind of an exploitation of a personality. Probably he is so scared now that he is trying to probably show a little support towards Bharatiya Jumla Party. That's about all. Now coming back to the Mahagathbandhans in India, they were failures
so Vivek
because
Reddy,
of personal ego
Wing Commander
clashes.
Atri has analyzed the entire mental makeup of
Just
Rajinikanth.
give me a second. Just give me a second.
This is born
Let
of
me
fear.
complete that.
Let him quickly reply to
Pardon
this.
me?
Are you blackmailing Rajinikanth into lending you support? Vivek Reddy.
Maybe, I don't know. Let Subramaniam Swamy and Rajinikanth come face to face on your TV and clarify this to the whole country.
Wing Commander Atre is setting up this story.
Let me say this. You please call Subramaniam Swamy and Rajinikanth face to face. Let them clarify to the nation who said what and why.
No,
what is
because
the
Mr.
truth?
Wing
Let
Commander
the truth
thinks so.
come
Why
out
should
of
they
this.
clarify?
Mr. Subramaniam Swamy has threatened that he is going to expose Mr. Rajinikanth. What is the threatening he is doing? He is being a lawyer himself and a member of Parliament of Rajya Sabha.
Okay, Wing Commander
should have
Atri, let him
exercised little more
respond.
care and restraint.
I think Padmaja,
You please do that.
I think,
okay?
Padmaja,
and
can
tell
I just
Mr.
come in?
Vivek Reddy not to interfere when I am
Vivek
speaking.
Reddy.
We are in a debate. We are
Vivek
not in
Reddy.
a slogan hearing. We are not in a shouting match. Let us one by one speak.
Sure.
Put our view across
Now
the
let him
country.
respond.
Let the people of India decide what is it. Okay? Secondly,
Padmaja, can I come in?
Secondly,
Yes, Vivek Reddy, just a second. Vivek Reddy has to respond now.
Congress
Let
is not
him respond to your first point, then we'll go to the second point, Wing Commander Atri. Vivek Reddy, first rebuttal.
Tell me.
Vivek Reddy.
Yes, Padmaja, I think Wing Commander Atre, instead of having served as Wing Commander, which he has served very well and ably, I no doubt, I have to appreciate. But ultimately, he seems to be more of a conspiracy theorist, trying to bring in certain conspiracy in order to explain the conduct of Rajinikanth. I don't think, you have to extend your imagination. Mr. Atre will have to extend his imagination to such an extent. This is one. The second issue is, perhaps Rajinikanth also knows that this Mahagathbandhan is without an alternative to Modi. It can't stand as an equal alternative to Modi, and it is common sense to see it. If I ask Mr. Atre today, who do you portray as the alternative to Mr. Modi, who is building a great nation? Who do you portray, Mr. Atre? You don't have an alternative today. Without there being an alternative, you can't set up a Gathbandhan. Then the Gathbandhan is out of your crooked intention to somehow steal power in Delhi rather than to do anything meaningful to this nation.
Okay, in fact, let's take that question to A. Sarvanan of the DMK is also joining us now. Mr. Sarvanan, the BJP spokesperson here, says that it is a well-known truth across the country and now it's got the ultimate stamp of approval from none other than Rajinikanth. The Mahagathbandhan is an idea whose time will never come. BJP's interpretation.
See, I think the BJP spokesperson is, BJP spokesperson is living in utopia. We don't need a presidential form of there is no alternative. This is not an election about whether whether Modi or Rahul or anybody else. This is about who should not rule the country from 2019. and the people are going to answer decisively because of the devastation that has taken place after demonetization, and how they have bungled up the petrol prices, how they have bungled up the economy, what have all they promised. And when this is going to be taken to the people, and remember, this is not going to be a pan-national election. These are going to be 29 different elections, which the BJP, without alliances at crucial places, will be difficult to win. It's not, when you speak of Mahagathbandhan, it doesn't mean that it's going to have a pan-India appeal. It's not that way. It's about every state, going state by state. When that happens, I think BJP will be blown out of the 2019 electoral polls. They don't stand a chance to win 2019. And Mr. Rajinikanth, coming to Mr. Rajinikanth, more than Mr. Rajinikanth wanting to ally with the BJP, it is the BJP which is clamoring for the attention of Mr. Rajinikanth. It is a well-known secret here in the state of Tamil Nadu that BJP is dependent upon Mr.
You're
Rajinikanth.
piggybacking on him. He actually hasn't endorsed you, Vivek Reddy. You're just trying to piggyback on his fame and popularity. Vivek Reddy.
Yes.
Because you conveniently forgot to mention that he also criticized demonetization, just by the way. So if you're taking his word as gospel, you'll also have to admit that demonetization wasn't properly implemented, which is what he said today.
Well, I heard what Mr. Sarvana said, patiently heard what Mr. Sarvana said. Mr. Sarvana's focus appears to be that it is about who should not rule India from 2019. Well, this may be Mr. Sarvana's personal view, or it may be his party's view. But let me tell you, there is a whole of India and there is a whole of Tamil Nadu which cares for this country, which knows what is good for this country, which decides that this country has been led ably by Mr. Modi and his government, and which has also known the sort of circus government given by Mahagathbandhans, and which also knows that parties like DMK, parties like Lalu Prasad's RJD, and parties like SJP are the ones who are trying to project their personal family interests into the nation's agenda. This we don't want, Mr. Sarvanan. Please know. This DMK comes to power. You know what DMK did with the 2G scam? It was the personal family agenda to be corrupt, which ultimately spoiled India's name, and which ultimately brought a big blight of corruption on India.
No. Now you've gone off. Now you've gone off into family politics, but you didn't answer my question, Vivek Reddy. Today you're taking his endorsement as the gospel truth. What Rajinikanth says you're saying is an endorsement of the fact that Mahagathbandhan will never work. Why aren't you then also commenting on his observation that demonetization wasn't properly implemented?
Well, Padmaja,
can't have your cake and eat it too.
Demonetization. Yes, demonetization has several facets, has several dimensions. And demonetization has a facet of bringing black money back, has a facet of stopping corruption.
I am not talking about facets. I'm talking about overall observation of Rajinikanth saying it wasn't properly done.
It may be Mr.
You can see?
It may be Rajinikanth's personal view, having regard to the data that he has got on that day. But ultimately, if you see today, if you see how the number of people filing tax returns
now you're splitting hairs. Now you're splitting hair because my simple question was, apples to apples, you say Rajinikanth said Mahagathbandhan is dangerous, so Mahagathbandhan is dangerous. So if Rajinikanth says that demonetization not properly implemented, you should also give full approval to that point of view. But Wing Commander Attri wants to come.
It was too premature for Mr. Rajinikanth to comment on that.
Padmaja, it's very, very simple. This Bharatiya Jumla party is living in total illusions. Even in 2G spectrum case, that is the UPA government. Mr. Vivek Reddy, can you please ask him to be quiet?
Wing Commander, stop
Mr. Vivek Reddy, please stop.
Jumla.
It is the Jumla party. Please, only Jumla they behave. They are only doing Jumlas and Jumlas and Jumlas. Tell me where is the government? Padmaja, I have not come here to... I have not come here to man shouting. Will you please tell BJP person to keep quiet? Please tell Mr. Vivek Reddy of Bharatiya Jumla party to be quiet. Let him be quiet. They have done enough Jumla. They have taken the country to the nadir of its growth. It's a sad state of affairs today. Today, the military, 350
people gentlemen, now we're just shouting at each other. Now we're just shouting at each other. I don't think there's any point in that. So while both of you calm down, I will bring in Sarvanan again. Sarvanan, responding to what Vivek Reddy said earlier.
Tell the other person to end. ensure
Please
the
teach him some
etiquette
decency in
of
the
this
debate.
thing. When he speaks about other
He
people,
must learn some
he doesn't
decency.
understand
What
that.
Mr. Vivek Reddy is saying, that as though BJP is a party without any dynasts.
You
Three
are
of
the
the four
one-
chief ministers
you are
in
the one-
BJP
you
have
are the
inherited
one-
their chief ministership. 12 out of 71 MPs in Uttar Pradesh are from the dynasty of the BJP
Wing Commander
family.
Atri, Wing Commander Atri, we're not making any points if they are just shouting at each other. Can I please request you to calm down? And we'll have specific points made. Wing Commander Atri, please give me 30 seconds. And let Sarvanan speak right now. Sarvanan.
Yeah, let him speak.
Yeah. See, Padmaja, what Mr. Reddy was saying is that as though BJP is a party which has jumped from heaven without any dynasts. 4 of the chief ministers of the BJP have inherited the chief ministership. 12 MPs in Uttar Pradesh are from the by dynasty. Who is Ravi Shankar Prasad? Who is Preetam Munde? Who is Pankaja Munde? Who is Vasundhara Raja Sindhye? All of them, Raman Singh. All of their families
now we're again going off on a
their
tangent.
family members have come into politics and got
Okay, let
so
me
many
steer you
party
back.
votes. Let the
Sarvanan, my
BJP
question to you is, I want to come back to Rajinikanth.
Yes.
Is Rajinikanth
Yes.
calling the
You are in
BJP
control of a
dangerous
political party
or the
as a
Gadbandhan
family.
dangerous? Where do you stand on Rajinikanth and his comment today?
See, it's undecipherable or indecipherable, because whether he said that in a sarcastic tone or he really meant it, nobody knows. Probably only Mr. Rajinikanth knows. Until then, all these interpretations, whoever wants to interpret in whichever manner, let them do it. I don't think he has given any categorical or clear stand.
You'll take his interpretation
he
of
has
the
clearly
BJP as a
meant
dangerous
what he-
party
for
since
me
it
it
suits
looks
you.
like a more
Will you
sarcastic
endorse that
statement.
interpretation?
No, I don't think. No, I will not endorse that that interpretation, because Mr. Rajinikanth has always been soft towards the BJP, even though now he has said that some procedures regarding demonetization were proper. He did not utter a single word. He was the first one to endorse demonetization, even after seeing all those devastation caused by this demonetization and the loss of human life. He never expressed anything against this demonetization. Now, when a specific question is put to him, he says some procedural wrongs have taken place in demonetization. What does this even mean? Is he
So,
condemning
Mr.
demonetization,
Umashankar,
or is he saying
when
that
Mr.
demonetization should
Rajinikanth
have
had
happened?
started out,
So,
he
we
seemed
don't
to be
know.
quite inclined towards the AIADMK and the BJP, who now are seen as one and the same. What changed down the road that he has now come to a point where some say he's actually calling the party dangerous? Has his thoughts about the BJP changed?
No. As at the outset I said, you can see through the prism, you can see 7 colors in that statement. It is subject to many interpretations, and my friend Saravanan has correctly understood it. This statement can be interpreted in any manner one wants. But I need to say a few things on what the Congress spokesman said. I am very sad to hear it from the Congress spokesman that there is no spiritual politics. I know, the world knows, the country knows that Congress does not follow the principles of Mahatma Gandhi. It is Mahatma Gandhi who founded the principles of spiritual politics. I can understand if DMK says that there is no spirituality in politics, but I cannot understand that the Congress party says that.
Gandhi said you be spiritual but practice politics. Gandhi did not say this. Do not misquote. Please read Mundaka Upanishad. Please read Mundaka Upanishad and read Isha Upanishad. They are very, very clear. What is spirituality? Spirituality
This
is
is
about
what
politics.
happens when one does not follow spiritual
discrimination.
politics.
Spirituality uses so many other aspects. It keeps everybody at par. It does not only sell this party, that party. Spirituality is about politics. Spirituality means everyone is at par. Everyone is safe.
What is the kind of politics he has?
Mahatma Gandhi clearly said, spirituality, be a spiritual man.
Very sad.
Practice
Very,
politics.
very
for the
sad.
As
sake of
always,
the
we're in a
country.
curious position where one comment by Rajinikanth is so open to interpretation that each side in this debate is desperate to interpret it to
It
their
reflects on
own
his
benefit.
principles.
The problem is that the sooner Mr. Rajinikanth comes out and makes his political leanings, affiliations and ideas clear, the better it will be for everyone, his fans, his supporters and also his prospective voters. For the time being, is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down to the Mahagathbandhan or BJP? Hopefully we'll get more clarity from Talaiva himself. Till that time, I would like to thank all our guests for having joined us in the People's Court, the viewers for tuning in. And for more on this story and the other big stories of the day, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, News More.